Alright, so we've come to the end of the course. Congratulations, you should now have a solid foundation in the core fundamentals of HTML and CSS, and you should have a good understanding of the newer HTML5 features, JavaScript, and even a little bit of jQuery. So I basically just want to go over each unit and touch on what we learned. Unit 1 was basically a complete introduction to HTML. I created the unit under the assuming that you knew nothing about HTML, so we looked at kind of an overview. We built a simple web page. We looked at HTML tables, lists, and also forms and input. Unit 2 was more about the presentational aspect of HTML. We used CSS. We looked at the basics of CSS. We used div tags. Then we got into more in-depth CSS, and we also started the Blue Developer Directory project. So Unit 3 is where we first looked at some of the newer features of HTML5. We looked at some of the new tags, such as header and footer, and other elements, and we also took a look at the new form input types. Things like the email input type, the time input type, things like that. Unit 4 was a little more advanced. We got into the canvas feature and how you can draw shapes and lines. I showed you how to do some feature detection to make sure that the user's browser is up to par with the actual code. We looked at the drag and drop feature, audio and video features, and also SVG, which was scalable vector graphics. Unit 5, we looked at some more HTML5 features, geolocation, which is a really cool feature. Obviously, we had to take a look at some JavaScript as well, because basically HTML5 gives you the platform for these things, but JavaScript ultimately powers them. We looked at local storage, web storage, application cache for offline web applications, HTML5 and mobile phones, and we also finished our Blue Developer Directory project. Unit 6, we kind of turned it up a little, and we built a fully dynamic daily planner application. We used the Bootstrap framework, Twitter Bootstrap, and we used a lot of the local storage API using JavaScript and jQuery. And I showed you how to parse strings into JSON. We used objects and arrays and stored our task items. We looked at, or we added adding task functionality, as well as the ability to edit, update, and delete tasks. So that's the gist of it. I hope you enjoyed this course, and hopefully you learned a lot. Like I said, it should give you some of the core fundamentals you need, and you can keep going, and hopefully you'll be using your skills in the professional web development world. So thanks for watching.